everyone. I'm Pete Curdy, principal.
And I'm Sarah Wilcox, assistant principal. Welcome to the new school year. We look forward to working together with you to create an educational experience that supports each child's social, emotional, and academic growth.
In a moment, you'll view a video with a lot of important Glacier Ridge information. It'll be a resource for families that are also not able to attend this evening. If you have any questions or need anything, please don't hesitate to let us know. Our motto, Choose Kind, is taken from the book Wonder. Hopefully, you've heard your child talk about it. We teach children that our actions and behaviors are conscious choices. However, our motto goes beyond just kindness. We frequently discuss how our actions affect others and the skill development of empathy. As part of our Choose Kind motto, we'll incorporate the concept of inclusion this year. One of our school goals, which we'll talk about in a moment, will be student wellness and fostering a mindset of inclusion. We'll incorporate instruction and activities that promote inclusion of all students and the appreciation of differences. To kick off the initiative in collaboration with the PTO, all students will receive a free t-shirt with the phrase, "Start with hello, find a connection, create a friendship." You'll see a variety of activities throughout the year around this phrase and concept. Each year, the school and district develop goals designed to build upon our already great school system. The first goal focuses on our instructional practices to ensure that we identify the needs of the students and implement quality instruction that incorporates critical thinking and creativity. The second goal focuses on what we call the whole child, which includes social and emotional wellness and character building. This is where the initiative of inclusion fits in. The third goal addresses our organizational climate to ensure that Dublin City Schools is a positive and productive organization where staff want to work, students enjoy school, and families want to send their children to learn. You may have seen the Profile of a Graduate, which was created by focus groups of staff, families, and students a few years ago. The 3 goals are taken from the components of this profile. The profile identifies the knowledge, skills, and habits that stakeholders identified as the necessary characteristics of students to attain by the time they graduate from Dublin City Schools. You may remember the culture of enrichment and the 6 practices of thinkers. K through 5 students receive differentiated enrichment instruction in the classroom with the support from the GRE Instruction and Enrichment team, including the Gifted Intervention Specialist. Teachers infuse these concepts into their instruction on a daily basis. Students should be able to talk about these skills and utilize them as strategies when completing difficult critical thinking problems. Feel free to ask them to tell you about these terms. We communicate information using a variety of methods. The primary method of the school and the PTO is through email. The PTO and school send weekly newsletters with important information. This is important. If you're not getting the weekly email, please let the office know. You'll also receive emails from teachers as well as other social media communication methods. We update our Glacier Ridge website frequently, so please visit that for important information and dates. You can also follow us on Twitter. In addition, many teachers are using the Blooms app, which is a great communication tool. The PTO provides communication as well. They also send a weekly email that usually goes out on Mondays. Again, let the office know if you're not receiving that. There's also a PTO website linked to the Glacier Ridge website. You can get to it through parent links and then Glacier Ridge PTO. There are a few flyers that come home on paper, so check your child's backpack. And don't forget to follow the PTO on Facebook. The PTO is offering its membership card for $35 with many local store discounts. The PTO membership dollars go to provide activities and resources for students. The first of many PTO events include the Fall Football Tailgate, the Fall Festival, and the Tiger Trot. We encourage you to be involved with the PTO through membership support, volunteering, or attending the general meetings. Last year, the PTO provided funding for numerous items that are being implemented this year. Your children may have already talked about the Gaga Ball pit at recess. We also purchased imagination blocks for the playground and a shed to store them in. Those will be implemented in September. PTO funding allowed for the purchase of standing tables in every classroom and supplies for STEM activities. Lastly, Phase 2 of the Learning Commons incorporated collaborative TVs and creative and interactive games for indoor recess. There are many ways to volunteer at Glacier Ridge. It's important to us that you feel welcome. However, for safety reasons, there's a district volunteer policy and procedure that we adhere to. You'll need a background check if you're working with students while not in the presence of a Dublin City School employee, if you volunteer on a recurring basis, if you attend a field trip, or volunteer as a coach. To go through the background check procedure, you must complete a quick online form. You can access it through the district website and then go to volunteer information. I encourage you to go through the background check process now. It only takes 5 minutes and it's valid for 3 years. It's better to go through it now than be restricted from volunteering or chaperoning. The food and wellness policy was implemented a few years ago to reduce student allergen exposure and promote healthy eating. As a result, we no longer share birthday food treats with other students. However, we do have options to celebrate your child's birthday. You can donate a book or an indoor recess game in your child's honor. The PTO sells birthday coupons for the school store. Those items can be attained in the office. You can also bring in a non-food trinket for your child's classmates. We will still have school-wide celebration events like the Harvest Party and Valentine's Day. We are fortunate to use technology frequently in the classroom. However, please review the technology use policies in the student handbook. I encourage you to have a conversation with your child about it. It's important for students to know that they must use technology for educational purposes only. It's also important for them to understand that they'll always leave a digital footprint and their site locations and usage can be tracked. Students can bring in their own personal devices, but they're responsible for them and they must be used at the discretion of the teacher. A few reminders from the office. Please send a note or an email to the office if your child's going home a different way than usual. Please do so in the morning to allow the office plenty of time to notify the teacher and the student. You can copy the classroom teacher, but it's most important to inform the office. If you have someone that does not usually pick up your child, you need to also send a note or an email to the office. Anyone picking up on a regular basis should be added to your emergency medical authorization form. If your child is going to be absent, please let the office know by 9:15 before the attendance calls begin. If you need to email the office for either of those reasons, you can click on the attendance button on the front of the Glacier Ridge website. Please know that Sarah Wilcox, the assistant principal, and I are here to help and answer any questions that you may have. We also have a phenomenal office staff that can help you as well. If you have specific questions about your child this evening, feel free to schedule a conference with your child's teacher for another time. At the conclusion of this video, we'll have a brief video by Dr. Hoadley addressing the levy. As I hope you know, we love our jobs and we love the children that we serve every day. Thank you for providing us that opportunity. We look forward to another year of working with you to support your children. If you made it to the end of this video, you are to be commended. If you've watched this video more than once, I feel really bad for you. Again, thank you and have a great year.
Glacier Ridge, Glacier Ridge.